Hello, Mikey O'Crikey here, back again for another Doodle demo. Thanks for coming back. Hopefully you watched my last Doodle demo, which was part one of showing you how I draw one of my collective memories. So part one was the pencil sketch, and you can go back to see how I did that in the other video. And this time I'm going to show you how I then turn that into the final sketch using my tablet. And there's a program that I use. So I have an iPad, it's a tablet I use, and I have this Apple Pencil, and I use a program called Procreate. There's other programs and other tablets out there available, but these are the ones I use anyway. So I'm going to show you how I turn that pencil sketch into the final doodle, which I'll then post up on my social media, so on my Instagram, my Facebook, and also on my website. Before I do that, however, I just want to do another little plug like I did last time of my book Recycled Parsnips, but a little bit different this time, because I want to show you that this is now available on Kindle. So if you've got the Kindle Fire, or you've got Kindle for iPad or something like that, you can now get full colour Recycled Parsnips on your Kindle. So here it is in my Kindle library. So you can see, nice and as bright and as colourful as the paperback version, and it has all the same information as you might expect, all the same rhymes, etc. So why not go and have a look? Find that on the Amazon store. Just search for Recycled Parsnips or search for my name, Mikey O'Crikey, and you should find it. Anyway, back to what we were going to be talking about today, which is this collective memory Doodle demo, part 2 of ants. Now, if you've watched the first video, you might remember that what I was drawing was a picture of some ants crawling into the pants of the character in the collective memories series. I'll show you that in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I kind of do a little bit of a cheat. Is it a cheat? I guess it's kind of a cheat in that it's about tracing over what I've already done. So what I do first, I take a photo of the pencil sketch and I import that into here. I copy it into here. So I'll show you how I do that. So I've got my blank sheet, and I go to this little icon here, which is the icon of a spanner, and that allows me to insert a photo. And this brings up all my photos, and you can see lots of pictures of my kitten, Wilma. You can find out more about her on my website or on my social media. And some of my other sketches and stuff. So here's the first image. You might remember this from the previous video. It's some ants crawling into the pants of this person. You can see this better now because it's much closer up, because I've snipped around all of the other stuff. So now I've got the image inside the sheet. What I'm going to do next is just to make this a bit lighter, so that when I trace over it, I'm not seeing so much of this. It's not coming through so much. It doesn't dominate what I'm trying to do and get in the way of what I'm trying to do. So to do that, what I do is I select this little button here. This is my different layers. And I select with 2 fingers like that. And then I drag this down. So I drag it down to probably about there. So you can see I can still see it, but it's a bit more transparent, so I can still see it, but I can trace over it. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to add another layer, and I just do that by clicking on the plus button there. I've got this one called layer 2, and I'm going to rename layer 2. I'm going to call it outline. Okay, that's now called outline. Next thing I need to do is just pick the color I want. So I always have kind of black outlines, so I'm going to choose black, and the way I do that is just I select this color wheel up here, go to the one that says disk, and I just drag the thing down until it's in the black. Doesn't matter whereabouts on here it is, could be around any of this, because if you drag it right down to the bottom you get that black color. So I've got the black. I just need to double check that I've got the right pencil. It should do, because I've always got used the same pencil really. So to do that, I click on this brush sign, and I've got all of this. I've got this brush library, and I've chosen the sketching selection of brushes and the 6B So you remember from the previous video, if you've watched it, that I use two pencils when I'm sketching an actual pencil. I use a blue colouring pencil and then I use an HB. But for this, I use the program's Procreate's equivalent of a 6B, which is here. So that's now selected. I can select off. And I just start tracing away. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see the edge of the page. Here we go. And I just sketch away. So here goes. So I'm just going over the lines. Some things I can do, so I can undo the last line I did because I didn't quite like the way that it sort of came off there. So I've undone that. And I can go round that. And I'll keep going. I'll probably do most of this very quickly. One other thing that's worth showing you is I can twist the paper within the iPad. So I don't have to twist the whole iPad. So I can just do that. That's really handy actually. Now it's just the bum crack. Remember I talked about the bum crack before? So now it's just the bum crack and the ants. Oh, and some of the detail like the leg hairs and stuff. There we go, that is the outline done. So now what I'm going to do is going to add some colour. Now I do kind of cheat here because what I do to save me some time is I pick some colours from previous doodles that I've done. So I need to think about what colour I want the pants to be. That's the main choice in this for this drawing. So what I do is I go back to some of the other images that I've done in the past. And I'm going to go back firstly to do the pants. So what I will do is if I go to my gallery, so I found the image. So I'm gonna do the same pants as these pants here. These nice little Y fronts from one of my other rhymes called Somersaulting Underpants, which is in Recycle Parsnips. So we're going to hear that rhyme. You need to get recycled parsnips. Anyway, so what I do is I'm going to take the colour from this image, from this doodle, and I'm going to use that for my pants in my ants doodle. So I need both of these colours. So to do this, I choose this little thing here, and it allows me to move this little circle around until I find the colour I want. So I want that colour, boom, and you can see it's turned red up here. Now I can pick a second colour, so what I need to do is choose the second palette here and do the same thing again. This time I want this off-white grey colour. And that's it, I've now got those two colours. So I can now go back to my ants image. I'm back. So now I've got those other colours that I've taken from the other picture. I just need to just drag those in. First of all, what I need to do is I need to go here and add a new layer. So this one I'm going to call colour. Yeah. And the other thing I need to do is I need to tell it to reference the outline, because I don't want it to colour the whole thing in. If I just picked the colour and dropped it in now, it would colour the whole sheet. So I want to just for it to colour certain parts. So I click on outline and I click reference. Now I simply just drag and drop. So I just make sure that the colour layer is selected, and I drag to here and drop it in. See? Drag to here, drop it in. Drag to here, drop it in. I don't need the pencil sketch anymore, so I can just unselect that. And I did the same with the red. So I go, take the red, just drop it in. There you go, my first couple of colours. Really, really quite simple. So, and I need other colours now, so I'm going to go back to my gallery, and this time I'm going to go to here. This is the one, you might have seen this one already on my social media, about time that this chap went on tour in a band with a bunch of flamingos. You can find out about that one if you go to my social media or to my website. Anyway, so I'm going to do the same again. This time I'm going to pick his hair colour because I'll need that later, and I'm going to pick his skin colour because I need that now. There we go. Now I go back here and do the same again. Make sure colour's selected, drop it in, skin, skin, skin. Ta-da! That is it. That is my first one done. Pretty simple, right? So now I'm going to do my second one. So I go back to the gallery. I choose my second canvas here, and I import the second image. So same thing again. Remember this one from the last video? This time he's dancing around because the ants are in his pants. So do the same thing again. I select this with 2 fingers and I drag down the opacity to about the point I want it. That's fine. Same thing again. So here goes. Just leaves, as you might remember from the last video, leaves a bit of ear up here. Just the ear crease, some of the detail, and then just belly button and the nipples. That's right, the nipples. Very slightly rude word, but not really. Anyway, so here we go again. The outline is done, right? So first thing is I can get rid of the pencil sketch because I don't need that anymore. And I do the same thing again. I go and grab the colours that I need. So the colours that I need this time are the colour for the hair, which I think I already have up here. Yes, it's there. I need the colour for the skin. I need the colour for the pants. And I need the colour for the tongue and his open mouth. So it's quite a lot of different colours. So I can just very quickly start with the hair because that'll be very straightforward. So again, I add a layer and I rename it colour. And then I select that I'm going to reference the outline. I come back to colour, I pick my colour and I drag it in. There you go, very easy. Now let's go and get the other colours. That is it, really. You know, I can do some little tidy up bits because his arm doesn't quite reach his pants there, for example. things like that. But that's pretty much it. So there we go. First doodle done, second doodle done. Now, what you need to do is you need to follow me or go and have a look at my Instagram, my Facebook, or my website, and you'll see this new collective memory about the army of ants crawling into his pants in a future collective memory, probably next week. So that's next week if you are watching this week, but if you're watching next week, it's this week. If you're watching in 2 weeks' time, it's last week. Oh, it's complicated, isn't it? Well, that's the nature of the internet and time, etc. Anyway, so keep an eye out on my social media and my website to see the final doodle along with its rhyme. Thanks again for coming. Remember to, if you like this video and the last video, remember to like and subscribe. Keep watching. Keep your eye out for future doodle demos and other videos that I might be putting up and all the other bits and pieces that I'm putting up. But for now, that is it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.